Hey guys, I am back to do my September book haul, as the title already implies. I have a crap ton of books, so I'm just going to jump right into the haul. But before I jump into the haul, I just want to give you guys a disclaimer where I got these books from. The first set of books, I actually went to a used bookstore and I got really lucky and I was super excited to get all these books. The second set is from Book Outlet and the third set is from Amazon. When I'm in a reading slump, I kind of tend to buy more books so I can get out of that reading slump. I know it probably doesn't make sense to you guys, but if I see all the unread books on my shelf, I'm like, I gotta get to them, so it kind of gets me out of that slump. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the haul. So the first book I got is Still Alice by Lisa Genova. This book I've been wanting for a long time. It follows a 50-year-old woman named Alice, and she's a professor at Harvard University, and with just feeling different and feeling a little disoriented, she goes to the doctor and finds out that she's battling with early onset Alzheimer's. And this book I've been wanting to read for a while because I've dealt with a lot of patients with Alzheimer's, and it just really seems a little personal to me, and I just wanted to like kind of follow her journey and just kind of understand where she's coming from. And I don't know, I'm just like a nerd like that. I love to find out more about like any disabilities, sicknesses, stuff like that. So I've been wanting this book for a long time, and it is also a movie now too, so I'm probably going to read the book and then watch the movie after. So if you guys have read this, definitely let me know and let me know your thoughts. Next book that I got from the thrift store was awesome because I've been wanting this book for a long time as well, and it is Room by Emma Donoghue. And this book follows the perspective of a 5-year-old, and I've never read a book from a 5-year-old narrator before, so I'm super excited to get out into this. And it just is about him, I believe, is in this room this whole entire his whole life. He's just in one room, so I'm super excited to jump into this. The next book I got, I just pretty much got on the whim because I was feeling really lucky. I found 2 books that I really wanted that were on my TBR, and this book has been around BookTube for a long time, and it is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. I know absolutely nothing about this book, but I know I just saw it and I'm like, well, I can probably read it. It seems really short, so it'll be fun. The next book is a second book in a series that I haven't ever started, and I know you guys are probably going to kill me as soon as I show up this book, but I just was never interested when it was all this hype around it. But because it was at the thrift store for only 80 cents, I was like, whatever. Eventually I want to get into the series. So it is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, and it's the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. If you guys think I'll enjoy this book, definitely let me know, and definitely tell me what you guys' thoughts are about this series. I never really wanted to read it, so, but since I have the second one now, I might as well read it. These next 2 books I got are just repurchases for me. The copies that I had were like super bad copies, and I just wanted to have better copies. And one of the books I've already read, the other one I'm planning on getting to very soon, and it is Sharp Objects and Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. The copies that I had were these 2 copies, and they were given to me for a Christmas present last year, and I don't know, I mean, of course I appreciate the Christmas present, but I just saw these copies for 80 cents each, and I was like, definitely gonna pick these up. And I actually saw them as I was leaving the store, so I was super excited about that. And this last book is a book that I absolutely love, absolutely adore, and I read it. That was the first book I actually read in 2015, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the writing, and it just really got me, like, it got me out of a reading slump. And then when I read this book, and I read a book after that, and the book after that, and it sucked, and I was like, oh my god, it got me in a reading slump. But it is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I've already read this book, like I said, and I had it on my e-reader, I had it on my Kindle, and since I love the book so much, this is the first book, and I never am a person to reread books besides Harry Potter. This is the first book that I'm like, I need to reread it, and I wanted to read it in a physical copy, so this was for 80 cents at the thrift store. And I know it's the movie cover, but I'd rather have it than not have it at all, and I'll probably eventually pick up the original cover. So I was super excited to buy this. So these are all the books that I got at the thrift store. The second batch of books, like I said, I got those from Book Outlet, and I just pretty much placed this order because I really wanted some books, and it was a book on there that I really wanted, and obviously you gotta shipping, whole deal. The first book I got is Unremembered by Jessica Brody. Yeah, this book is a book that I've been really wanting. I've seen it on Booklet Outlet. I never heard of it before I seen it on Book Outlet, and I've seen it a while ago on Book Outlet. And it's always on Book Outlet, so I finally just decided to just go ahead and pick it up. I have absolutely no idea what this book is about. I just know that every time I see the cover, I knew I wanted to read this book. So I definitely picked it up. It is a part of I think a trilogy or a series, I'm not quite sure. But if you guys know anything about this book, or if you read it, definitely let me know in the comments below. This next book I picked up is Jonathan Tropper, This Is Where I Leave You. This book has been on my TBR for a long time on Goodreads, and I've just never bought it, and it was on Book Outlet, and I was like, I think it was like $2.99 on Book Outlet, so I definitely picked this up. The next book is a book that I have never read. I saw the movie a long time ago and really enjoyed the movie, and I was just like, I found out that it was a book and it was a part of a series, I think a 5-book series, and I was like, I definitely should buy it. It was on Book Outlet, and it is The Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. Now, like I said, I've watched the movie already, so I'm definitely interested to see how the book differs from the movie. And the second book in this series is Petals in the Wind or something like that, so if I really enjoy this, I'll definitely pick up the sequel to this. And this basically is like Forbidden, if you guys have ever read that whole incest brother-sister relationship. They're trapped in this attic and they've been locked in there, and the brother and sister basically have to take care of the younger children, and it's kind of their love story. So I'm really excited to get into this. This next book is pretty much a cover buy, and like I said, I'd seen it on Book Outlet for a very long time, and it is This Song Will Save Your Life by Leela Sales, and I know nothing about this book, absolutely nothing. I just really like the cover and I wanted to buy it. That's it, no excuse. This next book I'm super excited to read, and I think it's going to be one of the first books I pick up out of this haul, and it is The Brilliant Light of Amber Sunrise. This book follows a boy named Francis who is diagnosed with leukemia, and he meets a girl in the hospital named Amber, and it talks about their love story and their journey, and I'm super excited to get into this. Like I said, if you guys know, I just read Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, and I gave it a 4.25, and I'll talk about it more in my wrap up because this is a haul, but I really enjoyed that. And the Dying Girl in that movie actually had, or at that book actually had leukemia, and also love The Fault in Our Stars, so I really think I'm gonna like this book. But yeah. Now these next two books I'm not going to talk about, I'm just going to show them because books that I've been wanting to buy. They have a lot of hype on BookTube, and it is The Winter's Curse by Marie Rukowski, and it is the first book, and I think it's a trilogy, but the second book is The Winter's Crime. I've heard a lot about these novels, and I just really pretty much bought it because I love the covers anytime somebody would show them on BookTube, so I'm really excited to get into this. The next book I've been wanting for a long time, and it is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I just think I'm really gonna love this book. I just couldn't wait to get my hands on it, and it was also on Book Outlet for very cheap, so I was like, definitely gotta get it. So those are all the books that I got from the Book Outlet order. The next order is my Amazon order. So I originally placed this order for one book and one book only. Being an Amazon Prime member, I have free 2-day shipping, and I was planning on rereading this series, but I accidentally, while moving a couple months back, threw this book out. I didn't even realize I threw this book out, and it is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So I had to rebuy this book and also the second book in the series because my second book was my original copy, and it's in paperback, and it was like all ripped up from when I was like 9 and didn't care about my books. So I'm planning on rereading this series fairly soon. So I wanted to buy this book, so I bought it off Amazon, and then I got into some trouble. The next book I pretty much bought because it was on Amazon for $9 for a hardcover, and this book had a lot of hype around it, but I was not planning on reading this book because it was a lot of hype surrounding the book when it first came out, and then after it came out it was like a lot of mixed reviews, so I just didn't think like it was something I would be interested in, but I went ahead and bought it, and I'm actually pretty excited to read it. And it is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and when I got this book I fell in love with the cover. I really just, I don't know, I just love this cover. And the last book that I have is a book that I never thought I would buy because it had so much hype around this series, and I definitely didn't want to read it, and I was like, it's just too much hype and I'm just gonna go against the grain. But then when the 4th book came out, I was like, okay, maybe I should jump on the bandwagon because everybody was super excited. And that book is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. And do not tell me, I know there's shade being thrown right now because I have not read this series, but I'm doing it now. I'm picking it up now. I bought the first series. I'm going to buy the Assassin Blade next, and we'll go on from there. If I love it, then I'll continue on. But yeah, just don't kill me. Don't leave nasty comments about how you can't believe I didn't read this. There you have it, guys. Those are all the books that I bought for this month, and hopefully I will be on a book buying ban because I cannot have any more books until I get rid of these books, until I read these books, I mean, because I have a lot of unread books on my shelf already. So yeah, I'm going to try to hold these books up and we'll see how that works out. Oh my gosh, I cannot do it. Oh. So these are all the books that I got for September. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have read any of these books and what your thoughts are about them. If you want to see me do a book review on any of these books, because I want to do, sorry, I'm putting this down, because I want to do more book reviews on my channel, definitely let me know if there's a book on this in this haul that you want to see me do a review on. Definitely let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye.